Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Laura Ross, and I'm an area manager, and I live in Asheville, North Carolina. And I am here today, and I'm super excited to share with you a phenomenal story that we have. Arbonne is just filled with amazing, amazing people. And one of those amazing people has just joined us. His name is Brett Parks. He's a war hero. He is a friend. He's a father. He is now an Arbonne Man, but he's also an athlete, and he has saved somebody's life. He's an author. He's started his own ministry. I'm trying to think. There's so many things. He's just absolutely phenomenal. He's an Invictus Games gold earner, and he is going to talk a little bit about his story, his life, and how he decided to work with Arbonne and why he decided to join Arbonne. So I know the men of Arbonne are excited to hear from him. I'm super excited to hear from him. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome Brett Parks and enjoy.
Hey guys, so good to be here. So good to be a part of this great organization, this great company. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, my story. I don't know if I can say it as well as Laura just did, but I'm going to try and tell you just why I chose Arbonne. I'm 37 years old. I'll be 38 years old in December. I was born and raised in Miami. I was a Florida boy through and through. Played football. I grew up really focused on nutrition, focused on sports. I played football, baseball, basketball. When I got to high school, I focused on football and got a football scholarship to Carson Newman College in Jefferson City, Tennessee. So, everything was going great. Everything was going as planned. I went to New York for a few years, decided to do a little bit of acting. Then I went to South Carolina and lived there for a while. I bounced all over the place after college, but I always felt my country calling me. I always felt my nation's call, and I felt like I needed to serve in some way. So I decided to enlist in the United States Navy. I went in as a rescue swimmer and later cross-rated into being a flight engineer. And basically what we do is, you have the pilot, you have the co-pilot, and then you have the flight engineer right in the middle. Now, my job was if the plane's in the air and it breaks, I'm supposed to fix it before it hits the ground. So it was pretty much a high-stress job, but a job I loved. And so yeah, everything was great. I met the woman of my dreams, who I happened to go to high school with. I didn't date her, but I knew who she was, and we later reconnected on Facebook. And we had a 17-month-old boy, and she was pregnant with our little girl on October of 2012. And life was perfect, just perfect. I couldn't have planned it any better than I had planned it at that moment. But October 17th, 2012 changed my life completely. Everything I knew was snatched from me. And in the United States Navy, in the military, and in general, you have sea duty and you have shore duty. Now, sea duty, you work 22-hour days. You're never home. You're always working. But when you're in shore duty, it's basically like a 9-to-5 job. You wake up at 7:30 in the morning, you get to work, you leave at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And everything's pretty much planned out every day. There are no surprises. Well, and being on shore duty, I decided to help people in the community with fitness, with lifting, working out and stuff. I was a certified personal trainer as well. So after my work every day in the Navy, I'd go and help people around town. Well, one day, October 17th, 2012, I was standing outside of somebody's fitness center, just waiting for my client, and I heard a man scream behind the fitness center. It's funny. It's one thing to hear a girl scream because, growing up, girls, and they get scared to scream, and you kind of hear that a lot, but you never really hear men scream. And when I heard this man scream, it wasn't like, oh, you scared me. It was a blood-curdling scream. The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I was really concerned about what was going on at the time. So I stopped what I was doing, and I kind of inched my way towards his direction. And when I heard the lady say, somebody help him, he's being robbed, she was in panic. And when I heard that, I just dropped all my gear and I ran in his direction. I ran around the corner and I see this man robbing this other man. So I did what I thought everyone or anyone would do. I ran in after it. And the robber saw me and he tried to get away, but he didn't realize I was an athlete, and I just hawked him down. I ran him down, and I ran up next to him. I was like, "Hey man, where are you going?" And he didn't really look at me. He just kept going, and then I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, "Hey, where are you going?" And he said, "Let go of me, dog." And he had his hands in his sweatshirt pockets. And I remember thinking that was kind of strange, but didn't think anything more than that. So then I put my hand on his other shoulder. He's wearing a sweatshirt, and I had him like this, and I just stopped him. I got in front of him. I said, "Hey, where are you going?" And he said, "Let go of me, dog." And I said, "No, man, the cops are coming. No one's going anywhere until the cops get here." And his hands were in his sweatshirt pockets. And I thought to myself, okay, I have this planned perfectly. He's going to take one of his hands out of his pockets and try to take a swing at me. His right or left shoulder is going to raise up a little bit. And once I see that shoulder raise, I'm going to scoop him, take him down, and lay on him until the cops get there. Perfect plan, except that's not what happened. All I heard was 2 shots. He had a gun in his sweatshirt pockets, and he shot twice. Right through his sweatshirt pocket. The first shot hit me. The second shot missed. I fell like a load of bricks, and he ran off, and I was more than happy to see him leave. I fell on the floor, and the first thought I had in my head was, I can't believe I just got shot. And then the second thought was I'm going to die today. Turns out the bullet went into my abdomen. It went down, it shredded my kidney, it blew up a third of my colon, it severed my major artery in my leg called the vena cava. And it's actually a bigger vein, bigger artery than the femoral artery. The bullet went right through it and severed it completely. So I'm laying on the floor, and I'm kind of in disbelief. I remember thinking to myself, great, this is just like a movie. I got shot doing this, and I just knew I was going to die. I knew I was going to die. So I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just whispered to the Lord. I said, "Father, I'm coming to see you today. I'm coming to see you." And I laid my head down on the floor, just preparing to die, to take my last breath. And they say, your life flashes before your eyes when something like this happens. And it did, but not the past. I didn't think about my past. I thought about my future. I thought about my kids. The first person I thought about was my son. He was 17 months old at the time. And I thought, what kind of man was my son going to grow up to be without his father? Who was going to raise him? Who's going to show him how to be a man? And then I thought about my little girl. My wife was 7 months pregnant with her. And I thought how I'd never look her in the eyes. I'd never get to walk her down the aisle or dance with her on her wedding. And then I thought about my wife, and I thought about how mad at me she was going to be. I remember thinking to myself, oh man, she's going to be so mad at me. I hope she's going to be okay. So I started thinking about these things, and then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I don't want to die. I have so much more to do here. So I whispered to God again. I prayed to him again. I said, "God, help me. I need you. I need you now more than ever." And in a verse, popped into my head. I was raised in the church down in Coral Gables, Florida. I grew up in the church. I always knew the right thing to do, but I always, growing up in the church, I always knew what to say to get away with certain things. So I knew the Bible pretty well, but this verse just jumped into my brain and started just going over and over in my brain. And the verse is it says, "He will call on me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him." And it just kept going in my brain. I was like, oh my gosh, he's here. The Lord's here. And I remember looking up and seeing the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen in my life. I remember seeing how beautiful this world was. I compared a lot to the Wizard of Oz, how at the beginning everything was black and white, but then she opens up the world of color. I felt like the moment I got shot, I saw color for the first time in my life. I saw it was like 6:30, 6:45 at night, and the sun was setting, and I saw the clouds and the purples and the oranges against the blue sky. And then I saw the tree in front of the sky and the green leaves and how beautiful it was. Everything was so great. And I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful world. So I set a goal for myself. I said to myself, okay, I cannot fall asleep until I get to the hospital. Because I knew that if I'd close my eyes, I wouldn't open them again. So I said to myself, all right, I will not go to sleep. And that was a lot harder than anticipated. There were a few times where, the police, when something like this happens, get a call about someone being shot, the police come first, and then the fire department, and then the paramedics come. And through that whole time, I kept drifting in and out. I couldn't speak. I remember the paramedics speaking to me, and I was speaking to them at one moment, and being in the Navy, the only thing I would say the whole time was my name, rank, and serial code. My name, rank, and serial code. It's so funny how it's just ingrained in me. But I remember they're talking to me, and I'm talking to them, and all of a sudden I stop talking, and I can't talk. And I'm staring straight up in the sky, and they keep saying, Brett, come back, come here, Brett, answer me, answer me. And I remember thinking to myself, what's going on? Come on, Brett, answer. I felt myself leaving. I felt myself dying. And I had to really just ask the Lord for help and just to get back to consciousness. And I did. I never fully lost consciousness. So they rushed me to the hospital. I remember being wheeled into the trauma center, the ICU, the operating room. And the doctors are running around frantically. The nurses are running around. And I hear one of the doctors say, we need to intubate him. Now, I don't know if you know what intubation is, but to me, I worked in a hospital for a little bit, so I knew what intubating means. They basically stick a rubber hose about this thick down your throat, so you can breathe. Like if you throw up or something, you won't choke on your throw up and stuff. So I did not want to be awake for that. So I said, I asked them, I said, well, are you going to put me under first? And they all laughed. I thought it was funny. They laughed. They're like, no, Mr. Parks, we're going to put you under. Don't worry. I was like, oh, good. Thank goodness. The last thing I heard was a nurse asked me a question. She said, Mr. Parks, how are you feeling right now? And I thought that was the strangest question. I was like, I've been shot. How do you think I feel? I said to her, I'm hurt and I'm scared. And that was the last thing I remember. I wouldn't wake up for 20 days. I was in a coma for 20 days. And when I woke up, my right kidney was shredded. So they took that out. They took out a third of my colon and they removed the lower part of my right leg. And I didn't realize that at first. Being in a coma and coming out of the coma, it takes a good week for you to start understanding what's going on. And the doctors and my wife have told me over and over again that I didn't have a foot anymore. I didn't have a right leg anymore, but it didn't wrap around my head until one day, about a week after I came out of the coma, I saw my reflection in a window. And I saw I had my left leg, but there was nothing where my right leg should be. So I was really puzzled and I was borderline panicky. And I turned to my wife, and because I was intubated for so long and I had to get a trach and stuff, my vocal cords are kind of damaged, so I couldn't really speak. So I whispered to her, I whispered in her ear, I said, Susie, do I have a foot? And she looks me right in the eye and she says, no, Brett, you don't. And at that moment, just this fear and this panic just drenched my body. And I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? All these fears came in and I said the first thing that came to my head. I looked at her and I said, well, do you still love me? Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget what she said. She looked me right in the eyes and she said, Brett, I didn't marry you for your foot. And after she said that, I was like, okay, everything's good. And this tragedy went from tragedy to an opportunity. I had an opportunity, or I had a challenge. Okay, someone just pressed a reset button on my life. Now I got to start over again, but I'm going to show people that you can start over again. When I got shot, I was 192 pounds. When I woke up from the coma, I was 132 pounds. The day I got shot was the strongest I'd ever been. I bench press on my fifth set. Guys, you'll know what this means. On my fifth set, I bench press 315 pounds 7 times. Like, strongest I've ever been that day that I got shot. And then someone pressed the reset button. And I had to start all over again. And it wasn't easy. But saying all this, I do want to stress how important nutrition was in this whole thing. I was very, very, very conscious about what I ate, what I put into my body before I got shot. To the point where when I got shot and the doctors operated on me, I had to have 17 surgeries in just under 2 weeks. I had like 19 liters of blood put in me in 20 days. But the doctors told my wife that I did my part. They said that I was the most fit, both inside and out of my body that they've ever seen. They said that if I didn't have the nutrition I had, or if I didn't have the work ethic in the gym and with fitness that I had, that I wouldn't have survived the 17 surgeries. So I did my part because I realized how important nutrition and fitness was. Now, you fast forward now, it's been 4 years, about this October to be 4 years. I came out of the coma 132 pounds. I'm 220 pounds right now. I'm back up to the strength that I was before. I am in better shape now after I got shot with only one leg than I was before I got shot. But it's all because I would say it to 3 things. My God, my Creator, He helped me through this. Without Him, I wouldn't be here. The doctors and the nurses, without them, I wouldn't be here. And what I put into my body. Without a good diet, I wouldn't be here. And so I do want to talk to you real quick about why I chose Arbonne. First and foremost, right now I'm doing these Paralympics type of events. I'm going to be on the national team for USA sitting volleyball. I'm going to be going to the Paralympics in 2020 in Japan. And I really have to be careful with what I put in my body, because we get tested on a weekly, almost a daily basis. We get blood tests and urine tests. And if I pop positive for any kind of banned substance, I'm out. I'm out for at least 4 years. So that's very important. And Arbonne is one of these products that is completely drug-free. They are approved by the Olympic organization. I think Laura here, she knows.
Banned Substance Control Group.
Yes, that's it. The Substance Control Group. They're totally good. They're fine. They've been researched. Let me tell you how crazy this is. I just got a memo from the Paralympic Committee, and they have just recently banned Cliff Bars. Now, who would think that a Cliff Bar would be banned? But it's banned because there's one little ingredient that may have something wrong with it. I never have to worry about that with Arbonne. I never have to worry about going on websites and looking and seeing that, oh, Arbonne has this ingredient that may or may not cause some kind of something. So that's very important to me. I'm also I've always been a meat guy. I've always been I like steak and meat proteins. But me being a guy that's really trying to work on getting quicker, getting stronger, getting faster, I have to mix a lot of things up. I completely stay with the same diet I have. So I mix in some meats with some vegetable proteins as well. And that's what Arbonne gets me. The Arbonne gives me. The protein shake is not only does it taste good, but it's also giving me that extra kind of protein, that different kind of protein that my body doesn't normally get. So it's keeping my body guessing. So I really enjoyed that. And also, I got to tell you, I love these. I actually brought them here because I really want to say it. These energy fizz sticks, it's incredible. I love these because I'm a huge Starbucks guy. My wife calls me a Starbucks snob, and it is. I am. But these energy sticks keep me awake. Like they give me that extra lift to get me through the last workout or get me through putting my kids down at the end of the night when I've had a hard workout all day. These energy fizz sticks really help me out. So the reason why I chose Arbonne were those reasons. And also, you know, I feel like people need to know what Arbonne's about. People need to know what they believe in, what they stand for. This is a great organization and a great company, and the product is a great product. And my wife and I's, our commitment is to Arbonne, is to tell people that, listen, you know, I'm here today because of what I put in my body, and what I put in my body is our Arbonne products. And I just want to tell people that and let people know that, you know, this is some good stuff.
Yes, definitely. So thank you so much, Brett, for that. 1 second, I'm just going to get something real quick.
Okay.
My mom was calling, so I was just afraid she was going to call my house phone. I just turned it off. Okay, so thank you so much, Brett, for sharing that. And Arbonne is definitely one of the best companies in the world. It is amazing. We are going global, and people like you are going to help us reach global people through connecting, through Facebook, through, you know, just networking in general. And you going to Japan, I mean, that's huge. You're going to meet so many people, and they're all probably going to love these products too. And having that banned substance control group certification is huge. So I'm going to do a little Discover Arbonne to kind of tell people a little bit about the company and give an overview about why Arbonne is for so many people, the men of Arbonne, the women of Arbonne, the babies of Arbonne, from casket, what is it, the basket to casket, the old president used to say, because we literally have something for every single person. So basically, you're going to stop shopping somewhere else. You're going to start shopping from yourself at wholesale prices, and then you're going to start sharing the products with somebody else. So refer someone else to do the exact same. So they're going to just stop shopping somewhere else where you're going to line somebody else's pockets. You're going to learn about how to shop from your own store. And then basically you're going to get wholesale prices, and you're going to also make money and turn your expenses into an income, which is a beautiful thing. So that's basically what we do as a business. Those three simple things there: stop shopping somewhere else, start shopping from yourself, and share the products with somebody else and refer them to do the exact same. So there's three ways to purchase Arbonne. The first way I don't recommend, but it's as a client, and they pay retail. The second way is as a preferred client, and basically it's sort of like getting a Sam's Club or Costco membership, where you're going to have a discount. It's $20, and then for a whole year they get 20% off plus other perks. They get cash rewards and other discounts. They can actually earn up to 40% off if they buy, for example, the Fit Kit that Brett referred to, the fizz sticks and the protein shakes and the fiber boost. We have a 30-day Fit Kit, which is amazing. So you can get that at really awesome steep discounts for your clients. But the best option, in my opinion, of course, is to be a wholesale buyer or a consultant with this business, and you are a business owner at that point. If you decide to do Arbonne and become a consultant, you get your own personal website. People can go on there and they can shop, and you get a little thank you check from the company just for referring them to shop on your personal website. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. And you're getting wholesale prices. And these are things that you have to buy anyway. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash. These are all things that you have to buy. They're going in somebody's pocket. It's either, you know, I'll name some of the big ones: Target, department stores, Walmart, CVS. somewhere you're buying these products, so you might as well buy them from yourself. So most of the night we're going to talk a little bit more about becoming a business builder and the benefits as to why you want to be a business builder instead of the other two options I mentioned, which, you know, the clients and preferred clients. They get deals as a preferred client. Clients do not get deals, but a consultant is definitely the best way to go. So whoever invited you to this call thinks that really highly of you. Arbonne is a gift, and they wanted to share it with you. The worst thing that can happen is that you'll lose just under $100 because that's all it costs. It's $79 to join with shipping and tax because they send you a whole package of goodies, samples, and you get the personal website. So you only lose $100 if you don't do anything at all with your business. However, you'll be able to shop at wholesale prices, like I was talking about, for things that you have to buy anyway: food, drink, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, as long as you're showering. These are things you're going to need. So you'll get a personal website and you'll have the potential to earn as much as you would like. There's no ceiling on how much you want to earn. So even if you do a little, you'll make a little. And at this point, I really don't know that many people who can't use some extra money right now. So at this point, basically, you only have everything to gain with Arbonne for less than $100 to become a business builder. That's not a lot of money. And you could have a multi-million-dollar business. That's what this business is. And it's amazing that the startup costs are so little. But I'm going to go over the top 10 reasons why you should choose Arbonne as a business. So the first top 10 reason is the industry. Direct sales industry, the health and wellness industry. We're in several different multi-billion-dollar industries at this point. So if you think about it, you're probably seeing a ton of people talking about direct sales at this point or joining some sort of network marketing company. And the reason being is network marketing is the most brilliant form of distribution of a product that there is out there. Traditional retail, it just goes from the wholesaler to the warehouse to the advertiser to the marketers to people like famous people, Beyonce or whoever it is that's going to mark up that product because they're going to be paid for their advertisement. And then finally it gets to the consumer. That's traditional retail. And so with Arbonne, we go directly from the wholesale, the warehouse to the consumer. So you're cutting out all those middlemen people, all the advertisement, all that money that is put into the product. Every person along the way has to get paid. So with Arbonne, that's how you're able to make such a lucrative payment and get such a great salary. You're just actually sharing the product directly. So it's just a different type of distribution with product. So that's the first top 10 reason as to why I chose Arbonne and why you should choose Arbonne as well. The Arbonne difference. Our formulas are vegan certified. They're formulated without animal byproducts, without animal products. They've never been tested on animal. We're the #1 brand by PETA.org, which I thought was really awesome, especially here in Asheville, North Carolina, where I live. There's tons of vegetarians and vegans. So it's a huge thing in this area. We're also botanically based, hypoallergenic and pH correct, dermatologist and pediatrician tested. We're 100% free of gluten. That's huge. Everybody's hearing about gluten and all the things that it's causing to your immune system. It's true. It's bad. We actually had to make my son gluten-free because he got childhood arthritis. He's 3. He's 3.5. So we went through a whole series of tests, had to rule out cancer. It was really crazy. I was on my knees a lot too, praying for my son. And prayer works, by the way. You're seeing Brett here. He's a total miracle. My son, his knee is totally healed, but it's also due to not using gluten anymore. So we're in remission for his arthritis, which I'm so grateful for. We're also non-GMO. We do not use parabens. Parabens have been linked to cancer, and I think it's something crazy in the breast cancer pamphlet. It says 80 to 90% of women who had breast cancer had used products that had parabens in them. Arbonne does not have parabens. That's something to really think about. I also mentioned before animal byproducts and formulated without animal products. That's huge too. This is another thing to think about. Cosmetic trucks, restaurants, their old carcasses, roadkill, rendering plants, these are all things, if you don't know what they are, it's really scary, scary stuff. I started with using the acne line with Arbonne 13 years ago. I've been a very good client for a long time. And then I became a consultant and started sharing these products because I just loved everything. But I learned about rendering plants and animal byproducts. You want plant-based ingredients because those rendering plants take the roadkill, they take the leftover carcasses, they boil them in huge barrels like beer barrels, think of, and they boil them, and the stuff at the top is what filler is made of, cheap stuff that goes in all sorts of product, makeup. So when you're filling your makeup that's not made by Arbonne, you're actually getting some roadkill or whatever because it's very cheap, and they'll put a little bit of shea butter and a little bit of good stuff in there. But I mean, that's I think literally why I had so much acne before, because my skin, every time I got a pimple, I was like, oh, let me put some more makeup on that had a bunch of nasties in it. And then I'd break out again. I'm like, what's happening? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. So anyway, this is huge to be formulated without animal products or animal byproducts. Those are nice little words for saying you want vegan certified products, okay? Those are really important. We're formulated without mineral oil. And we're formulated without artificial dyes, sweeteners, or chemical fragrances. We're formulated without formaldehyde donating preservatives and PABAs. This is huge too. Our products do not have the preservatives that some other products have. I don't know if your grandmother had ever given you a mascara from, I'm not going to mention, but other companies, from little free gift bags. Those mascaras never go dry. If you think about that, I mean, their shelf life could be 20 years. I found that out and I was scared. I was like, that's disgusting. But if you go back and you look at some old makeup and it's maybe not Arbonne, that stuff has so much preservatives in there. Think about it, what it's doing to your body when it goes into your skin. It only takes 26 seconds for it to go into your skin and to absorb it into your vital organs, which is what Brett was talking about. His organs inside were clean because he ate clean, nutritionally speaking. It's important. It helps your body function. Okay, so Arbonne Healthy Living products are formulated without cholesterol, saturated fats, or trans fats, which is also important. So my second top 10 reason is company stability. We have been around for over 36 years. When you're trying to choose a company, you want one that is stable. You want one that's been around. But the other flip side to that is Arbonne still hasn't even touched the surface as far as going global, as far as people knowing who Arbonne is. I don't know the percentage of brand awareness now, but I know before it was like still under 2% not too long ago in the United States. Being under 2% branded is huge because these products work and they're amazing. So you have the opportunity to share these products with other people, and you know how they're working on the inside out, helping people from the inside out, healthy products. So another thing, our company is amazing because of our team. Kay Napier, Kay Zanotti now, she just got remarried, but Kay Napier Zanotti, she has experience with business development with McDonald's and Procter & Gamble. So she is poising us for growth that's unparalleled growth. I mean, she is ready to take us, you know, worldwide, which is, if you think about these other companies I mentioned that she's worked with. McDonald's, if you go to a McDonald's in London, it looks exactly the same as if you went to Jacksonville, Florida, or if you went to North Carolina, or someone said Wisconsin, Canada. Everywhere, McDonald's looks the same. And that is a huge thing to have on our side with our CEO. Kay Napier Zanotti is our CEO, and she is amazing. Dr. Peter Matravers, he joined Arbonne in 2008, and he is our Senior Vice President and Chief Scientific Officer. We call him the mad scientist. He is amazing. His experience is 25 years of skincare experience, including 13 years as VP of Research and Development at Aveda. Aveda is in every salon pretty much across the United States. So where we're headed, that's basically where we're headed. So if that gives you a little clue, it's basically like finding the iPhone before the iPhone was in every person's pocket. So if you want to tell your friends about this business and make some money and help your family to build a legacy, you have that opportunity. You're basically having opportunity to build a business that is willable to your family, and everything you do will be passed on to your family, which is huge. My business at this point is willable. I'm an area manager, which means my son will benefit and his children will benefit from everything I'm doing, which is something that most companies don't do anymore. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing that I can pass on this legacy to my children and then know that they're going to never have to struggle, and they're never going to have to worry about how they're going to eat their next meal, you know, and how they're going to have a home. I'm going to be able to help them. And at that point, it's so exciting because my son's going to be able to do more charity work, which is, in my mind, that's what all people should be able to do. And I feel like that's been cut out. We don't have time to help people. And that's what we were made for, is to help other people. We're social beings. We're here to help one another. So Dr. Peter is super impressive. He did a lot of the patent work with Aveda, and he also holds, I think it's 13, well, he holds a lot of patents. I'll get to it at some point, but he's done a lot of patent work with Aveda, but he's also holds like one of the most highest records of patents in the world as a scientist for skincare. He's amazing. We have a huge, amazing doctor, scientists, group of a scientific advisory board working along, making sure that our products are unparalleled, that they're innovative, that they have the research and development that goes behind the ingredient policy. We have a great scientific board. So yeah, our company is just absolutely amazing. We are currently in the United States, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, Poland, New Zealand, and we're getting ready to go into Taiwan, which is really neat. And every year we're supposed to be opening several countries, so that's a huge opportunity. If you know people that are from somewhere else, you want to start prepping them now, because once we open their country, you could be the founder in that country of introducing Arbonne to the entire country, which is a huge, massive, amazing opportunity. Like I said, think iPhone before it was in everybody's pocket. Think Arbonne, same way. We are in massive momentum. That is the third reason I love Arbonne. We are in massive momentum right now. We're in the momentum phase as a company. So we're growing huge right now. So every time you look around, you're going to see another person who's starting to learn about Arbonne. The company, if you look at a business model, there's a momentum phase, and that's where we are. And right now, there's just so many people joining, and you have such a huge opportunity to join other people. And if you don't share it with your neighbor or your friends or your family, somebody else will, because that's how fast the momentum phase is. So right now, it's the right time, it's the right industry. As of 2015, the health and wellness industry is worth $3.4 trillion. It's the fastest growing industry on the planet, even surpassing the pharmaceutical industry by over 3 times more, valued at $1 trillion. So that's huge. The health and wellness industry, which we are huge into right now, our 30-day fit kit, our protein shakes, they're just unparalleled to any other product. My other top fourth, I guess, reason for doing Arbonne is the Arbonne Institute of Research and Development. The science behind our products is amazing. Plus, we have great training through the source and through our website online, which is huge. People can go, if you have a cell phone, you could do this business. That's all you need. It's mobile and global. All you need is a cell phone. You can even access the source and through our app, and you can go and learn whatever you want to learn, do all the training you want to do. Trust me, there's more than I could gather or do myself, but there's some of my team who's doing some of the training, and they teach me things. It's amazing. There's so much to learn with Arbonne, and everything is great. The products, again, the ingredients are the purest of ingredients, combined with the safest of green science to create safe products that not only benefit your health, but also they actually work. I don't know if you've ever been to another doctor where they've recommended things, and like I know, for example, my experience, I went to dermatologist after dermatologist, and they recommended skincare for my acne. My mom is a little prissy. She's awesome. We nicknamed her Prissy Popham. And she's so beautiful and she's great, but she did not like that I had some pimples. And she's like, let's go to another dermatologist and figure this out, hun. And so we would go and we'd spend $500 and the stuff would like peel my face off. And I'm like, Mom, something's just not working. So there's two different types of doctors. There's holistic doctors and there's pharmaceutical type of doctors. Arbonne is all about holistic. It's all about, herbs, plant-based ingredients. So that to me is actually just a really big reason as to why I use Arbonne, because my skin's super sensitive and I needed a company that was going to work with my sensitive skin and wasn't going to break me out, and I wasn't going to waste money. So when I say, as far as like recommendations, I'm not by any means a doctor, but I will say that when I found Arbonne, all that stuff these other doctors had recommended, it did not work. And this stuff is just, it's cleared my skin from the inside out, and it's because of the plant-based ingredients and the holistic approach that they use. So they work, and I used to buy all these products that didn't work. I'd spend a fortune, and none of them, did exactly what I wanted. And if I had just bought one product that actually did its function, I would have saved so much money. So that's basically what Arbonne did for me. I saved a ton of money because I found something that was actually working. What else? We were formulated in Switzerland, but we are made in the USA. We have a warehouse in every country that we are in. And so I love the fact that we are made in the USA. That's huge for me. Reason number 5, we have almost 500 consumable products. We sell things that people need every single month. That is a huge, amazing thing. If they shower, which we hope they do, then they're going to need our products every single month. So consumable products, let's talk about that for a second. If you were selling TVs, you wouldn't need to sell too many TVs to each household. However, we are selling things that pour down the drain. So every month, they're going to need to be renewed, just like I need to go get the same products, but other people too. So that's a really nice thing when you're thinking about, something that's going to last for your future and for their future, your kids' future and their future after that. It's going to be something that's a necessity from now until forever. Food is a definite necessity. I need lots of it. Drinks, I definitely need those. And we have hydrations, we have fizz sticks, as Brett mentioned. We have great products that people need. Vitamins, all sorts of stuff, baby products, men's, women's, makeup, you name it, we have it. If it's a personal care product, we probably have it, which we can teach you how to Arbonize your home. So you can just stop buying from other places, and as you run out of stuff, start shopping from your own store. So the consumable product is important, but also we have weight loss, we have nutrition, we have aromatherapy, we have hygiene, we have sun care, we have men's care, kids care, baby care, hair care, cosmetics, skin care. That's a lot. We have a lot of industries too, which is great because if somebody doesn't like one thing, hey, you can find something else for them. Residual income, this is also important. Residual income is the ability to do work and continue to benefit time and time again after that work is long over with. So for example, if you enter a preferred client, that's the sales Sam's Club membership person. Let's say you enter a new preferred client and they buy some product at discount. Well, they can go on and log in under their own account after you've signed them up, and it'll always be attached to your identification number as a consultant. So every time they shop, even though you're not involved in the delivery or anything like that, they can go online, they can shop, and then every time they shop, you're going to get a thank you check from the company. Well, that's residual income. You could be at dinner with your family and somebody is shopping online. So what's happening? You're getting paid while you're eating your dinner with your family. You're leveraging your time and you're experiencing what's called residual income. Leveraging your time is also huge with this business, because as you train new people to do the same and get their own wholesale account and become a consultant, then all the work they do, you get a portion of their sales too. You get a percentage. So you're actually building like little franchise owners, is the way I think of it. But they don't have to put out $200,000 or $300,000 for the building. Like, let's say you were going to start a McDonald's. We'll go back to that McDonald's. You'd have to put out a ton of money to be a franchise owner. With Arbonne, it's just under $100. You've got a home office, you've got a marketing department, you've got a sales force, you've got everything you could possibly need. They deliver everything for you. All you have to do is plug in and start working and start sharing, and you get a tiny percentage. And then when you train new people to become franchise owners, then you get a percentage of their work too. So you're leveraging your time, and you're also earning residual income, which is great. So on that note, men love to hear, females too, but men love to hear about the money. It's a lucrative payout with Arbonne. District managers earn, the first level, I'll back up, is consultants. And consultants can earn anywhere from $200 to $500, some of them even $1,000. And then quickly they'll move up into management, which is a district manager. And district managers earn an average income of $200 to $1,000. And then area managers have a willable business, and they earn an average income of $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And then regional vice presidents earn a free white Mercedes. It could be any type. You get a title, and then Arbonne gives you money once you have your white Mercedes. So you actually own it, but they give you money towards it every single month, and you get a white Mercedes, and you get an average income of $7,000 to $10,000 a month. That is life-changing. Even the area manager level is life-changing. But regional vice president is the level that a lot of people joke about, where they retire their husbands. The females will say, okay, honey, you can retire now and be a stay-at-home dad, or men now are starting to join and being able to retire their wives, or there's a lot of couples that are doing Arbonne now. So that's a huge thing for a regional vice president to make $7,000 to $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money. National vice president, there's even a level after that. National vice presidents in this company have an average income of $20,000, $22,000 and plus. That's, some of them are even up to 6 figures a month, which is just, I mean, that's just crazy. But I have noticed with those, to whom much is given, much is responsible. I do see a lot of giving and a lot of charity and a lot of just, they're not just holding on to that money, they're letting it flow through them. I have noticed that a lot, which is great, because people are able to fund charities, orphanages. They're doing so many good things, building homes for Haitians, helping people, orphans, and with like the For the Love of Mateo organization. There's a lot of national vice presidents that have started these beautiful, beautiful charities, and I love that about Arbonne. What else? So that was the 6th step, my 6th reason, the lucrative payout. So the lucrative income opportunity is not just limited to commissions. You're also getting team overrides. So like I said, that's the franchise owner piece. The people below you, you're getting a little override percentage on their work too. You're getting monthly cash bonuses. You're also getting the free Mercedes-Benz cash program. There's jewelry, there's trips. I've won 3 trips so far, and I'm getting ready to go on my 4th. And to me, that's just, I mean, I used to be an educator and I love teaching. I love children. But when I had my own son, I wanted to be home. And that's why I started my Arbonne business. But I never won a trip. I mean, it's just really lovely to be able to be pampered like that. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. My national vice president is Susan McCannon. Woohoo! Give a little shout out to her. But she had a driver waiting for me in Arizona when I won a trip that was just for me, to pick me up, to take me to the hotel. I've never had that. That was something phenomenal for me. I was like, wow, they're here to pick me up? That's amazing. So they really know how to make you feel great and just really pamper you, which is a wonderful, wonderful company to work for. You could make a couple $100s, a couple thousand, or you could create a 6-figure income. You get to decide. The average income, like I said, is huge at some of these higher levels, and it's life-changing, not just for yourself, but for a whole community, for your entire family, forever. And there's so many regional vice presidents being created every single month through Arbonne. If you just look at Facebook and friend some people, you'll see it. It's happening every day in your doorstep, in your area. There's people getting cars from this company every single month. So look around, join some teams, and go and experience a car presentation. It's a beautiful thing to see a whole family's lives change forever and ever because of this business. And it also doesn't take a huge amount of time. The average time it takes to reach the level of national vice president is 3 years. 3 to 5 years. What could you do in 3 to 5 years? Most companies, you can't do a whole lot in 3 to 5 years, but with this company, you can do so much. You can change your life forever. The 7th reason for Arbonne, again, you can earn free trips, jewelry, cash incentives, and the flexibility is huge. There's low risk. Like I said, you can be building your Arbonne business alongside your current job or profession. There's low risk. It's not a lot to get started. Other business ventures can often require a full-time commitment, and it's not guaranteed that you will even see a profit in your first few years. With Arbonne, you're immediately profitable. That's huge. You don't have to have all this debt to pay off and then become profitable. You're profitable from day one. So that's a big thing as well. Not having a full-time commitment. Okay, so you have to work part-time, and part-time hours with Arbonne are full-time. 10 to 15 hours a week is full-time with Arbonne. That's considered full-time. So that's amazing. My 8th top 10 reason as to why I chose Arbonne and why you should is we are going global. Like I said, we're opening countries every single year. It's that minimal startup cost. What else? We have a business in a box without the overhead. We have an incredible home office, marketing department, plus profitable from day one. You don't have to wait to be profitable. And that usually takes a few years with a new business and all of the expenses to start up a new business. You don't have to pay for insurance and the liability and the chairs if you're going to open up a store and all the inventory. We don't have to inventory any products. Whatever you decide to buy with Arbonne is your choice. If you want to have products on hand, that's up to you. Step 9 is it's technology based. It's very easy to set up and then leverage your time by building a business through the internet. All you need is your phone. You can be at your pool working. It's amazing. You can be on vacation. You have your iPhone. You're good. Or your smartphone. Step 10 is it's life-changing. They produce Eye on Arbonne stories every single day about people who have reached the regional vice president level. And they send that out in every single package. So you can read different people, all sorts of different people are doing this business, from doctors to lawyers to swim coaches to teachers to athletics to sports trainers to you know, really, you name it, there's real estate agents, there's all sorts of people in this business, and we all have different walks of life, but we all fit it into the nooks and crannies of our day, and we all use products. So it's just a simple system of stop shopping somewhere else, start shopping from yourself, and start sharing the products. It's a turnkey system. There's tax benefits as well. Talk to your accountant about it, but you have a home-based business. There's a lot of tax benefits. All the products that you're sharing, you get to, sharing is caring, and you get to write off some of that stuff. So think about that. We have an award-winning online training program that you can simply plug into. This takes the guesswork out of starting a new business. It's a tried and tested true system with all the resources that you need at your fingertips. Sponsor and team support. We have commitment from our upline to help you. Our commitment to you is to help you succeed through teaching, training, coaching, and mentoring. What an amazing customer service team. All of the back office needs are taken care of. It's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed my top 10 reasons for Arbonne. And like I said, the best thing to do is to become a consultant and just start sharing it with your friends. Get your own personal website to start helping other people get wholesale prices and do the same. And if you don't, like I said, somebody else will. So you might as well jump on this opportunity. I hope you have a blessed evening. I'm so grateful that Brett, you were able to share tonight. And we're going to have Brett share some more about some of his favorite products. And we'll be back in the future. So I hope you have a great night. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.